Processing an invoice is expensive, right? It takes a long time. It's an important part of every organization. Nobody likes to pay bills, but it's a necessary evil, right? As we break down the costs, I want to get into some of the assumptions that we're making. First of all, there's two main components. The first is the labor, right? So you have AP clerks and you have managers. They get paid at different rates, but they all have a role to play. And there's also, of course, your hard supply costs. So what is that? That's your check stock and your toner, your envelope, and your postage. So these are the factors we're taking into account. There's a variety of steps that come into this, and we're going to show you how we can automate each of these steps. But the first part is somebody receives it, they open up the mail, they read the invoice, they manually key it in with the appropriate information. They may or may not match it against a purchase order, or maybe some of you are using work orders in MDS, which is like a basic purchase order system. They could be looking at a budget. All those things take time. It's estimated to take between 8 to 10 minutes per invoice. So it's in the system now. Now there's going to be some kind of an approval process. I think a lot of you are probably still passing paper around the office. We're going to show you how you can make that more efficient. But then there's also going to be some exception handling, which also takes time. We know that there's not an exception on every invoice, but on some small fraction of invoices that does occur. So these things have to start getting routed, however that's going to happen. It might need to go to a property manager. It might need to even go out to a third party, like a board member. Somebody has to review it, look at it, handle it, maybe mark it up. If there's any kind of duplication or exception handling, questions that might have to get asked to other parts of the organization. Hey, did this really get done? Is this what we agreed to? That sort of a thing. That's all being done either on the phone or yelling across the office or via email. All those things take time. So again, we're estimating a 2 to 3 minute time spent by a clerk, and then another 1 to 3 minute on the approval level. So a weighted average, we're saying 1 to 2 minutes on this step. Total combined, 4 to 8 minutes per invoice. At that point, you put it into the system. Somebody has put eyeballs on it, probably more than one person. There's probably been some questions asked, and it's time to actually make the payment. So what happens there? Somebody's going to print the check. If they're doing it manually in the office, you're going to match them up with the invoices. You're going to stuff the envelope. You're going to apply the postage, and you're going to mail the check. Again, that's a 2 to 4 minute process. So finally, there's some filing and storage that takes place. Somebody has to actually put this thing into a copy cabinet. Sometimes it may actually have to get scanned if you're going to want to at some point forward it onto the board or anything like that. But it takes time because at the end of the day, you want to have this thing accessible to you. And this is not really even including the time that it might take to actually run to the filing cabinet, pull it out and review it in the case that you needed to actually take a look at this thing at some point in the future. That's just cumbersome if you're doing it manually. So again, we're estimating 1 to 2 minutes per invoice, which all adds up to 17 to 24 minutes per invoice. I know what you guys are thinking, that your staff is amazing. They are AP ninjas, and they do it faster than anybody. You could trim 20% off of all this, and the business case still makes sense for automating this. We're talking just a little under $10 to $15 an invoice.